Hello, Ross Wars. Welcome to another edition of the Monday Night Miracle, week 3. I'm Mike, the Gators, and I'm going to bring you guys a little bit of update on how the matchups went this week. So we'll get started with some of our Monday Night Miracle workers. Basically our guys that actually showed up, helped some teams out, win some matches this week. I'm going to kind of like go through this pretty quick because I recorded this once and I forgot to unmute my microphone. So I did a great video, but just no sound. So I figured I'd put some sound to it and start over. So apologize for that and getting it out a little later than I expected. So starting off, our first Monday Night Miracle worker is quarterback Josh Allen, 45. We got Justin Herbert, Matthew Stafford. At running back, our top running back was Najee Harris with 28.7. Also Kareem Hunt and James Robinson had some nice showings. At wide receiver, Mike Williams, who is actually the wide receiver 2 so far and came in with a 33.2. Really good showing for him. Devontae Adams and Cooper Kupp, who is the wide receiver 1 by a long shot at this point. So, and at tight end, we have Mike Gesicki, Tyler Conklin, and George Kittle had some nice showings. Kelsey obviously had a pretty decent day. Not anything huge, but yeah. Defense, we had Myles Garrett, Logan Wilson, and Christian Wilkins. All had some pretty good days. Garrett was the top one at 45.5. So those are your American workers for the week. So moving on, we're going to move on to the matchup. I like to start off with this little screen here, kind of give everybody a little glance at how some players are doing this season. So our first matchup is the Arsenic and the Unforgiven. Well, the streak ends as the Unforgiven have no one else going tonight and are down by 28 points or something like that. 28 points, 0.28. So down by 0.28 already, and with no one going, would literally need a negative score to pull this off. But you never know. So the streak ends. I'm not sure what it was at. I think it was at 8 or 9 wins. They did have a good showing from Josh Allen, Kareem Hunt, Devontae Adams, and I think his defense was okay. Had a few good showings, just wasn't the normal powerful defense that he's usually bringing out. But on the Unforgiven, Justin Herbert had a great day. The upset win over Kansas City. Eckler, Gibson, and Thielen, and some solid showings on defense as well. So the Unforgiven take this one. They have Singleton, I think, going tonight. Is it Singleton? Yeah, Singleton going tonight. So should easily take this one and move to 2-1. Arsic fall to 2-1 and end the streak. Sorry, Hodge, and put that in there. And now we're moving on to the Pokai Panthers and Denver Demons. This is actually going to be a little closer than it actually looks. I'm not sure what the projections are. I think the projections still have the Demons winning it by a 10, 15 point margin. I'm not quite sure. But the Demons had a pretty good showing with Derek Carr, Kareem Hunt, Justin Jefferson, and some really good solid showing on defense as well, especially in his linebackers, really all 20 points. Wow, nice. Yeah, really nice showing on the defensive side for Demons. So they'll move on to 3-0 as the Panthers will fall 2-1. They had a pretty good showing from Rodgers. Yeah, mostly defense as well. Both those teams have pretty good defenses going. So, but yeah, it could be closer than it looks. I mean, Zeke can come out, have a good game, Hargrave. And it could come down to the wire, a little nail biter, but I still take the Demons on this one. So moving on to our next matchup, we have the Unicorn and the Pigskins. Now, Pigskins are down by 7, a little less than 7 points, but they have Dak Prescott and Who else? They have Dick Prescott. And I think they have a linebacker going. Oh, they have a safety going, Curtsy. So, yeah, they should easily have this one. The Unicorns had some pretty good showing from Kamara, Jamar Chase. A little help on the defensive side, but just kind of fell short. Fell a little flat, and the Pigskins pull off the win. We move to 3-0. The Unicorns fall to 2-1. Okay, our next matchup is the Duffers and the Tremors. And looks like the Tremors are going to take this one pretty handily. The Duffers don't have anybody going in. They're down by 30 points, 40 points, almost 40 points, 30 plus points. And the Tremors still have Jalen Hurts going. So they're just going to stack onto that lead. Has a pretty good showing from Devontae Adams. Brandon Cooks had a pretty decent. And then Myles Garrett, of course, we all know. And yeah, just a couple players here and there, but sometimes it's a lot of double digits, so no very few single digits. That's kind of what helps. I think that's what hurt the Duffers this week was the single digit no shows from the deep tackles, points for AJ Brown getting hurt. Yeah, so Tremors move on and move to 2-1. Duffers fall to 0-3. On to the next matchup. Next matchup is the Warlocks and the Crunch. Well, I hate to say it, but yeah, match pretty cut and dry. The Crunch pretty much take this one. They still have 4 players going. They have Miles Sanders, Rager, Dallas Goddard. I think there's someone on the defensive side. Let me look for you. It's Micah Parsons, yeah. So yeah, they should easily have got this handled. So another win, another loss. My bad. I'm sorry. All right, another loss for the Warlock. Streak still stays alive, and the Crunch move on with the win. Move on to 1-2, and Warlock fall to 0-3. So here we go on to the next matchup. Next matchup is the Koalas and the Steel City Devils. Excuse me. Now, the Devils are down a little less than 20 points, but they also have a pretty good group of guys going. Mari Cooper, Jalen Rager, and Parsons and Trayvon Diggs. So should be able to make up the ground they need, even with Fletcher Cox going for the Koalas. I think the Koalas are going to lose this one. So they're going to fall to 2-1. And the Steel City Devils will move on to 2-1. That's it. Yeah, we had Justin Herbert. I think we brought his Josh Allen. We've already brought him up. Those are your big showings there. Yeah, this is a pretty close matchup most of the way, but still, the Devils will take this one and move on. So on to our next matchup. Next matchup is my matchup, and I have one person still going, which is Wilson. The Juggalos really, really took it to the wire. Really would have made me stretch it out. Nothing from Russell Gage. So just, yeah, really strong showing on the offensive side as far as his wide receivers and with Mike Williams, Brandon Cooks, Keenan Allen going. What saved me, I guess, for this one is the quarterback. My quarterbacks both showing up with 30 points. My tight ends, as usual, putting in their work, and the defensive side just kind of keeping me hanging in there. So yeah, I'll take the win. I'll take the win any way I can get it. So Juggalos fall to 0-3, and I'll move on to 2-1. Gators 2-1. Okay, on to our next matchup. Our next matchup is the Saints and the Storm. Well, the Saints are down by 12 points, but the Storm still have Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, Dallas Goddard going. So, yeah, I think the Storm are going to pretty much take this one. That's pretty good showings with Mike Williams as well. Chase Claypool, some good showing on defense. Nice solid defense. Some outings there. So killed the Saints this week was those single digits. That do you every time. Some single digit scores. We'll get you, man. They'll get you, buddy. So Christian Kirk, pretty good showing though. Najee Harris, DJ Moore. So I mean, he's got the roster. Just bad luck. So the Saints will fall to 2-1. Storm will move on to 2-1. On to our next matchup. Our next matchup is the Mugmen and the Legion. Now they both have 2 players going. The Mugmen are up by 4 points, less than 4 points. And let's see, they have CeeDee Lamb and Devontae going, Smith going. And I think the Legion have 2 D tackles, Cox and Hargraves going. So I know it's only 4 points, Mike, but it's kind of hard. I'm going to have to go with the Mugmen, take their first win. It's going to be a close one. I think the projections have about like 8 points. So yeah, should be a close one. I mean, if Lamb or Devontae don't show up, Mike could probably pull it out. But I'm going to go with the Mugmen getting their first win. And they'll move on to 1 and 2. And the Legion will fall to 1 and 2. Legion had Sam Darnold, Tannehill, Justin Jefferson, Chris Godwin, pretty much good with the defensive side. He had Myles Garrett, but it's those single digits that get you. Lots of them. I had a lot of them this week too, guys. So I know what you mean. But yeah, the Mugman came in with Brissett, getting them some solid numbers. DJ Moore, Mike Gesicki, help on the defensive side. So the Mugmen take this one and move on, as we said. So here we go. On to the next match. And now there's the Blitz and the Rottweilers. Pretty tough divisional matchup here between these guys. So with the Rottweiler stuff, 4 guys going. They have Zeke, Amari Cooper, and a couple guys on defense, Smith and Van Der Esch. So he really needs Dallas to show up and win. I mean, really needs to like get a bunch of points and let Zeke run it out. Like really need a lot of help here. And the Blitz have Pollard and who was it? Trayvon Diggs. So yeah, we're having the Dallas fest here. So yeah, they're both just hoping Dallas just scores a bunch of points and sacks the crap out of the quarterback a lot. So it's kind of what they're both looking for. But I think the Blitz are going to hold on and in that 2-game streak for the Rottweilers, who fall to 2-1, and the Blitz will move on to 2-1. And we have the next matchup is the Mayhem and I guess the Slashers. Mayhem don't have anybody going. They're sitting at 333. The projection is calling for a very tight one, within 4 or 5 points, 6 points, I think. The Slashers, my bad, had a pretty good showing. I mean, pretty much a really nice showing throughout the whole roster there. Matthew Stafford, Eckler, Mike Evans, DK Metcalf had some pretty good showing even on the defensive side. Same over here with Carla, Christian Wilkinson, Deion Jones, Corey Littleton. I think that's really what really kept her in, especially with these scores here. She had some quarterbacks that showed up that helped out. So it can be tough. Pick this one. It's got Smith and Kersey. Kersey's been coming. So, oh man, that's gonna be a tough one. I'm probably gonna be wrong on this one. I have to say Carla holds on and gets her first win of the season. The Slashers will fall to 0-3. Mayhem move on to 1 and 2. So that's my pick. I'm gonna pick the Mayhem. Now, I had a little bit of a tough time trying to figure out who I was going to pick as my Midnight Miracle. And I've chosen this matchup right here with Connie's East Tennessee Badgers and the Cyclone City Falcons. Now the Badgers are up by a little less than 6 points, 4 points, 6 points. My bad, I'm sorry, 6 points. But the Falcons do have Miles Sanders going, and Connie has, I think, a D tackle or D end going. Yeah, Derek Barnett. So I think Connie's gonna hang on here. I think she's gonna actually just get enough points that she needs. Miles Sanders can come out with his day, and she's gonna pull it off and get her first win. I'm rooting for you, Connie. Got my fingers crossed for you. Hope you get your first win, and we'll be 1-2, and Falcons will fall to 1-2. So nice little division matchup. So here we go. That's my pick for the Miracle, and that's it for today. And like I said, I apologize for the delay in getting it out, and I just want to thank everybody for all the stuff they're putting out. Enjoy reading it. Don't always get a chance to comment on it, so this is hope you guys see this and know that I am checking it out. So thank you. Thanks a lot for everything you guys do, and you guys have a good night. Hope everybody gets what they need. And, some of us win, some of us lose. You know how it goes.